Welcome to the Jeff and Jamie feed. We're going to do a little wrap up here on Fork and Hammer.
I know the entire season has come out, 10 episodes, all around our team, 26-minute episodes, and they're all out there on PBS stations in 92% of the country, too.
That is amazing. It's showing 10,000 times. I mean, all over the country.
It's kind of crazy. It's also available on pbs.org and also on Create TV, too.
That's awesome.
So it's a pretty incredible start.
What an accomplishment. It was a lot of work, and I had a really, really good time doing it. And
what were some of your favorite parts, do you feel like?
I love that because I keep going back and watching the shows, or they're actually been on every once in a while, and you're like, oh, look at that. I love having the history and some of those things documented. I mean, it is great. Like, moving the building was a pretty monumental feat for us, so it's really nice to see that just kept for our sake and for our history.
I think that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that, but you're right. Like, even things like when we went back and first opening Crepe Cellar at the very beginning of the season, and then we flip it over to Ever Ondalo, that you learn about that during the middle of the season. Having those things documented is very special.
And all the people too. All the people,
we're never going to look younger. Like, this is it. This is so nice. Like, we all look so young and fresh faced.
But
for now.
in the restaurant industry, there's turnover, so it's just a nice way to have good memories of all these people that are at this moment in our lives. So I think that's really cool.
It is cool because there were moments where, especially when we're looking back, when the filming goes back in time a little bit, where you see faces and you're like, they come into your life sometimes, our teammates for 6 months or a year, and they help make something happen, and then they have to move on to something that they're passionate about, and we have to let them go, and that's just the way life is. But it is precious to get a little glimpse of them again, and we're like, oh, remember that person, and they might have had an impact on an item on the menu, and that's happening right now too. When we look back in 5 years, we're going to see all these faces and remember fondly, hopefully always fondly.
I wonder if people notice too how much I notice as we really focus in on watching our episodes, how much better we've gotten. You do something 50 or 60 days and you tend to get a little better, and we're a lot less awkward. And my voiceovers are still terrible.
They are.
But 20 or 30 takes and you'll get them. But I wonder if people notice as much as we do, just how much more comfortable we are and not quite as awkward
as the season went on.
As the season goes on.
Yes, and I think for our teammates, especially too, like just seeing all that teamwork happen, and them getting the chance to be a part of this too. I hope they enjoy it. If they don't, hopefully they'll just kindly step aside. But I think a lot of them really enjoy it, and that's been fun to see.
Yeah, but by the end when they're filming, we're kind of like we got to get this done. We have to get through this meeting, wrap it up.
Yeah, right. So absolutely.
It's pretty
so
fun.
The episodes we haven't talked about yet on here are episodes 8, 9, and 10. And episode 8, starting there, is called Second Helpings. And that's the one you probably remember. We go down to Atlanta and visit my brother Travis. The other part of that episode is that it kind of shares the story of us flipping over Crepe Cellar to Ever Ondalo. So it's kind of showing the second round of a restaurant there in that space from Crepe Cellar to Ever Ondalo, but then my brother opening up his restaurant. And
I was, when you talk about the planning for that show and us going down there and them filming, we know how much of a goofball the Travis is and how funny he is, and you were wondering, wow, is that gonna come across? Are we gonna get his personality out? But it did not take long.
We got it out. He was definitely a little bit reserved there from the way he usually is, but there's a couple moments they ask him specifically, is your sibling generally good at giving you advice? And they literally had to bleep out his comment because I'm sure he just couldn't quite get out what he wanted to say, and that and so they had to awkwardly bleep it out and try again. But it's really cute the way they cut that.
Your sibling generally good at giving you advice historically?
She can be
My sister's very good at giving advice.
And also the other part is I used the word anal. I said, oh, I'm anal, which we all know. I like to use the word particular. That's what I try to use that
Right.
word better. That's a better word to use. Were you just laughing at me?
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
I mean, when you said anal, it was just,
Oh, shoot.
just like,
I said anal.
Yeah.
I am a little anal. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Me. Can
and
you
I'm
imagine?
immature.
But he made fun of me for
Yes,
using that word.
you're a little particular sometimes.
Thank you for saying particular.
But the other, it was, it's interesting. I'm trying to give him advice and talk through things with Chiringa, but they've come so far. When we went for their first opening of their first Chiringa.
So they have, Chiringa has a store in Alpharetta, and then they were opening the second one on the Beltline. So they had a store in Alpharetta, and it's still operating very successfully, which is great. So he was opening up a second location. But yes, from the first time we went to the first opening in Alpharetta.
His first opening was crazy. We just went there to have lunch before it was going to be opening. And then all of a sudden on the lawn outside, all these people start appearing, bringing chairs. And it it's like 10 people, 20 people, 50 people.
People are lining up at the cash register to order.
It's getting crazy. And we're just trying to help get the restaurant open for the first day. And then you hear a guy singing outside and you're like, wow, that sounds like the guy from Toad the Wet Sprocket. And you look outside and you're like, that is the guy from Toad the Wet Sprocket.
So they picked an opening day where Toad the Wet Sprocket was playing outside in the lawn right by their place.
Impromptu.
They got rocked. And so we had my kids clearing tables, my brother-in-law in his Gucci shoes bringing
loafers, Gucci loafers, not even the sneakers.
Not sneakers, like picking up trash. Like you were back on Expo for him. Yeah. It was a disaster.
Luckily, I switched myself to Expo. Travis's partner at the time, they had a point of sale system. It was the first time they're using it, but it was printing out tickets for where the food needed to go. But then you had to use the screen to talk to the chefs, and he couldn't read the tickets that were getting printed without putting his reading glasses on. So he's having to maneuver from a screen to his reading glasses to the tickets to tell people where the food goes.
Well, the point is...
And I just slowly maneuvered myself into Expo. Was like, all right, we're gonna fix this situation, and let's go.
Yes, it was a disaster. The point is, though, by the time we're filming for this program here, he has gotten a lot better. They're opening up this store, and they're much more ready to go and everything. But that was a lot of fun to be able to go down there and have that be a part of that episode. But episode 9 then is called A Building from Scratch, sort of. And truly, 9 and 10 really focus on Leluia Hall.
Yeah, what a journey that was, Leluia Hall.
Yes, and I think you can see glimpses of issues that we run into when that episode is going throughout. But like, if people could understand the gravity of the issues that we were going through. I mean, the wallpaper stuff where we had ordered all of this like custom wallpaper, and then it doesn't actually fit into the space.
What was custom now is like custom for the wrong wall.
Right,
basically.
I got you. So y'all want to lay them out?
Oh, this is making me nervous. We just had to piece by piece work together with the wallpaper guys. You send it this way using that laser, and then before you get too far, start bringing it back this way.
To start on the left side, work this direction.
Okay, we have a plan.
I mean, it seems like, oh, it's just wallpaper. Like it was built for like a specific wall. But the issues that we were having with the menu too. I mean, masa and cheese is a good example.
Yeah, we were going back and forth. We were trying some hard things, and we've been trying some hard things for a year, and some of the things didn't make the menu. And masa and cheese was awesome because Alex, our sous chef, just kept beating his head against the wall, and he's like, I am going to make this work. And he did.
And he did. But you don't see that come across in the episode. You see a little bit of glimpses of the lobster thermidor, which we took so many tries on, and it didn't even make the menu.
No, that was the lobster fundido. The thermidor made the menu.
Yes, thank you. The lobster fundido.
The lobster fundido.
We've had a constant issue of it being a little bit too stringy, or especially when it cools down, just seizing up.
The more American we add that helps with that, the more that we didn't like the flavor of that.
There's just so many issues over inconsistency issues, and it just never was as good as queso.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Well, I think, though, when you're building out a restaurant, what that episode is really telling you is it's not just building out a restaurant, but any kind of entrepreneurial endeavor like this or build out project or anything, you're going just expect obstacles to come. I mean, there is one after the next, after the next. You just be ready and don't expect it to be an easy ride. It's just not going to be.
Or cheap.
Or cheap ride. It is not.
So over budget. That didn't get in there very much, but wow.
Yeah, we will be recovering from that for a little while.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful space. I love being over there. So
I know. Well, then episode 10 is called Hallelujah, Leluia Hall. And what's interesting is that episode, you feel like it's the restaurant opening, but it's actually not. That's not what happens in that episode. It's actually all around our staff night. So staff night is a night where we invite, it's right before we go to open, we invite all of our teammates to come and enjoy dinner so that we can practice our service.
it's like friends and family, but everybody has an opinion and everybody's willing to share it. So it's great.
Yes, and we can fumble and mess up and we learn and grow. The amount of lessons that we learn on a staff night is incredible. And you see little glimpses of that in that episode too.
A 4 on the grounding? No? All right.
We are going to have people that have never used this system before. They don't know how we ring things in.
Plus 56, but they didn't order it.
All right, let's find Dennis.
I can't make sure that I'm at every single table at every single time.
Drop that drink. I'll show you how to fix some POS.
That was happening everywhere.
And I don't know my table numbers either, so I can't manage anybody on that.
No. But what's your favorite part about staff night?
I love on staff night when everybody gets settled in, and then after a drink or two, nobody's at their seat anymore. Everybody is hanging out with their buddy that they worked with at another restaurant and going all over the place, seeing their friends and moving table to table. And it's just when you know every single person in a restaurant, it changes that dynamic, and it's really fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's so much fun to see. Like a lot of times, I think, we'll work a lot of times during the day. And so you don't get to see people either, like those faces that work nighttime shifts and stuff. So it's a great way to like reconnect with everybody too.
It's so great too to see the staff come in and really get treated at a super high level and get to eat a wonderful meal and enjoy themselves, because we see it so many times from the other way around, where they're working and they're sweating and they're feeding us or feeding other people. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah. Well, I loved how the season ended there, so that it's kind of tees up for a season 2. Yes, folks, there will be a season 2.
Yeah, we did open Leluia Hall. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Well, you'll find that out in season 2, but season 1 really is about setting that whole system up to start running that operation of Leluia Hall. That's threaded throughout almost every episode. But season 2, we've actually begun filming already, and it's been pretty crazy. We had some pretty crazy times over the holidays, because one of the episodes is built around New Year's Eve and the holiday times. So there was a lot there. But how are you feeling about the idea of going into a season 2?
Oh, I'm really excited. It just means we have to try and do even crazier things than we did last year. I don't know how we top moving a building, but
I don't think we worry about that piece, Jeff. I think we've got plenty going on. But
and then we went to Spain last year. Where do we get to go this year?
We went to Italy, Jeff. We've already done the fun trip. But it's been fun having the Susie Films team along with us again this year, as our team is documenting, what's happening and what we've got going on. We're looking forward to doing a couple of smaller projects that you guys will learn about soon, but then working on the Leaper Wyatt project, which is the building that we moved, and kind of working through the build out of that. And working on a commissary space, which we haven't really talked a whole lot about, but it's something that will be a project that will help hopefully help all of our restaurants run more efficiently. So we have a common place where things like stocks and broths and butchery and bread baking and pasta making and all that will happen in that one spot. So those will be fun stories to watch unfold.
That's going to be a challenge for us, and just digging into the operations of it's going to be really fun and interesting.
I think so too. Well, thank you all for following along with season 1 of Fork and Hammer. We had so much fun filming, and we are in the midst of filming season 2, as you know. And we will be grateful to share all of that with you when the time comes. But
yeah,
anything else?
No, just watch the show, like us, share it, send it to your friends, tell everybody about it. And thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.